So starting our practice today in mountain pose, take the time to wiggle your feet, your toes, root down into all four corners of your feet. Activate your arches up and off of the mat so that you can feel those muscles that Rochelle just super worked for you. Leg day is awesome. Whole total body day is even better. And then roll your shoulders up, back, and down, pulling your shoulder blades down your back. Get my shirt out of my way here. Fingertips reach actively towards the floor. Inhale, draw your arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, twist to your right, keeping your hips squared towards the front of the room or towards the front of your mat. You can always take your right hand to your low back to twist in a little deeper, reaching through the left fingertips. One more deep breath in. And at the bottom of your exhale, inhale your way back to center, lengthening from the crown of your head all the way down to your heels. Exhale, twist to your left. Every breath gives you an opportunity. Every inhale lengthens, every exhale braces through the belly and continues to activate even more rotation. This is going to feel really fantastic on all that great core work that we just did. At the bottom of your next exhale, inhale as you draw back to center. Exhale as you pull your elbows down and shine your heart towards the ceiling in front of you. See if you can take a super slight back bend here. Crown of your head reaches towards the ceiling just behind you. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Really very slowly making your way to ragdoll. Maybe walking into one foot and then the other, bending one knee and then the other. Feel free to take your hands to opposite elbows. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release all the way down your spine, from your tailbone all the way into the crown of your head. And of course, it's really nice to take a little sway here, or you can shake your head yes or no. If this sway feels good on your low back, feel free to make it kind of a pendulum. Get a little bit more active here. This is really nice for the hips, low back, and mid back. All of the support that your core gives you, this is a great way to neutralize all of that work. Just one more full breath here wherever you are. Slowly release your pendulum or your sway, releasing fingertips towards your mat. Heel toe your feet, inner hips width distance apart. Inhale, roll up. Vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way to your mountain pose. Shoulders up, back and down. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Taking that ever so slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a flat back. Bending super deep into your knees, holding on to that core strength, hands to the mat, step back to high plank. Inhale your chin right over your fingertips, and as you exhale, slowly lower down. You can either pause halfway or go all the way to the mat. If you're on the mat, inhale your head and shoulders up and off of the mat. If you're on your hands, pull your heart forward into upward facing dog. Everyone slowly presses back if you're on the floor, through tabletop if you're on your hands and feet, all the way through to downward facing dog. So you always have choices in your vinyasa, your back bend. You can take your body all the way to the mat, or you can float your body up and off of the mat for upward facing dog. Make sure that every time we pass through that juncture, that you're taking the option that makes the most sense. Sometimes we're super fatigued. One more full breath here in your downward facing dog. At the bottom of your exhale, inhale your right leg up nice and high. Exhale as you pull through, knee towards your chin, arching your back like a cat. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, pull through, arching your back like a cat. So not a full plank, We're pushing through, arching. Inhale, draw back. Last one, exhale, pull through, press away with everything you've got, and then step the foot down. Spiral the rear heel to the floor, and then inhale right up to your first warrior, warrior one. Sink into warrior here. Take the time to find your way into that squared left hip. Left hip always wants to open up, so it might mean walking your feet in a little bit. And then check in with the activation on the floor. Can you wiggle your toes? And then think about those 2 feet and magnetize them towards each other like you're trying to use your legs like a pair of scissors. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale as you sink in just a little bit more. Inhale, rotating the hips forward. As you exhale, you can either bring hands to heart center or you can bring your hands back behind you and either bind or just reach straight back. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to bow towards the forward leg. Feel free to take this anywhere that makes the most sense for you. I'm binding my hands, but you might have your hands on your low back. You might have your hands at prayer. Wherever you go, check in with the torso. You're continuing that core strength by drawing the belly button right up and into the rib cage, by lengthening. And if you have a little bit more mobility here, feel free to explore digging down to the inside of the right leg. Humble warrior. Just one more full breath down here wherever you landed. Remember that it's perfect for you if it feels right. At the bottom of your next exhale, inhale as you draw all the way up to warrior one. Exhale as you open up to warrior two. Heel toe the feet apart a little bit more. So if we had warrior one right, that meant a slightly more narrow stance. So take the front knee and push towards the pinky toe side of the front foot. Feel the inner thigh engaged here. Press into the blade edge of the rear foot. Fingertips can reach in opposite direction, or you can take your hands to your hips, or you can take a little bind behind you. So many choices here with your arms. We've got 3 more breaths. Are we here for a little longer than normal? Yes, ma'am. At the bottom of your next exhale, rear hand to your hip, palm up, inhale, draw back, reverse warrior. And as you exhale, spiral your hands all the way down to the inside of the right foot. Lift the left heel off of the mat. This is your lizard. So hold on here for just a second and just work it out for yourself. Some might want a block or 2. If you've practiced with me before, you know that I always like to say every posture is a possible back bend. So can you lift the chest, pull the shoulders back, down and together? Can you free your ears from your shoulders? And then if you can do that, and then you have a little bit more room, maybe you're bringing your forearms down to your thigh, down to your block. Some people have the mobility to get the forearm all the way down to the mat or to a single block. We don't always land in our exact perfect posture. So make sure that you're taking the time to work it out for yourself in this moment, right now. Last full breath here, actively pressing the left knee away from the mat. And then slowly walking your hands up if you have a block, or coming off of your forearms. Bring your right hand to the inside of the right foot, spiral that left heel back down again, and then inhale your left arm up. Side angle. So we're all the way down here in the bottom of our side angle already. That was courtesy of that nice lizard work. You opened up the hips so that you could arrive here. Breathe and feel your way into your best side angle. whether that's bringing the forearm up and onto the thigh. Your last full breath in place. And at the bottom of your exhale, inhale as you lengthen out the front leg and then point the toes to the long right edge of your mat. Inhale to shine your heart towards the ceiling, pressing your hips forward. Feel that nice stretch on the front side of the body. Exhale as you fold forward. Standing straddle. Folded right over. Then take the time to heel toe your feet a little wider or a little more narrow. Just remember that wherever you go, we want the blade edge of the foot to be able to come all the way down onto the mat. So if you feel like you're rolling into your arches, it might mean that you need a little less stance here. Inhale your fingertips to the long left edge of your mat, and it might require a block here if you like to put your left hand on your block. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale to reach your right fingertips up towards the ceiling. 5 full breaths here. So take the time to work out the length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. See if you can draw the belly from the pelvic floor right up and into the rib cage and twist a little deeper with each exhale. Your last full breath. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hand down to the block or to the floor. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to switch sides. Feel that really nice low back, hip opening work. Absolutely delicious on the inner thigh of the right leg. Every breath gives you an opportunity to cultivate the work just a little bit more. Last full breath. And using your exhale to slowly release all the way back down. Walking your hands to the front of your mat to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back or hover it off of the floor. Inhale, pull your chin right over your fingertips and then flow through your vinyasa. Keeping that leg lifted, maybe. Who knows? Everyone exhales back to their downward facing dog. Taking 5 full breaths here. Walk your feet a foot to 1.5 feet apart. Inhale all the way onto the balls of your feet and slowly roll your heels to the right. Maybe even lifting the left toes up and off of the mat, walking the left fingertip forward. Inhale back through the center. Exhale your heels to the left. Maybe walking your right fingertips up. Feel that really nice stretch down the side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you sink into your downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up nice and high. Exhale as you pull through, knee towards your chin, arching your back like a cat. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, pull through. Strong through the core. Inhale, pull back. This is your last one. Exhale, pull through, arch as much as you can, and then step the foot down. Spiraling the rear heel to the mat. Inhale, draw up to your warrior one. So we've got this nice long Hatha style leg work here, which takes a little bit of doing because our body often wants to push to the easiest route. And that happens with knees kind of straightening out or the torso kind of falling forward. So see if you can really dial into your best form here. Drawing the belly in and up so that the tailbone points towards the mat right in between your 2 feet. Continuing to articulate through the right hip to pull it forward and feel all that great hip flexor and quadricep work on the right leg. Just one more full breath here as you work out this posture for yourself. And on your next inhale, take those arms right where you need them. Maybe fingertips reach towards the ceiling, or you bring your hands to heart center, or you bring your arms behind you. You can either take hands for binding, or you can take opposite forearm. I always love playing with binding, even if that means a block is a great way to start the binding process. We are so tight on the front and so loose on the back. It's a great way of opening up the front side of our body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to bow, but keep that nice long torso to start. Staying here, and if your hip mobility says, this is what I've got and this is where I want to stay, then honor that and keep that nice long torso. If you have more to give and you want to dig in a little bit to humble warrior, allow the head and shoulders to fall. But try hard not to lose that front knee right over the ankle. Can you feel the feet pulling towards each other? Active feet is a great way to turn on more work in the body. One more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, inhale as you draw up, setting any props to the side, all the way up to warrior one. Exhale, open to warrior two. Take the time to heel toe your feet into place. I know I need to walk my feet a little bit wider. My warrior one versus my warrior two is a little different in stance. So take the time to check in with the feet. Front heel should be intersecting the same line as the rear heel. If you feel like you're walking a tightrope, maybe heel toe that front foot out to the left a little bit, pushing the knee right over the ankle. See if you can feel the inner thigh by pressing that knee towards the pinky toe side of the front foot. Just one more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, rear hand comes to your hip, palm up. Inhale, draw back, reverse warrior. Really take your time. Make this the biggest, longest full breath you've ever had. And then as you exhale, slowly bring the hands down to the inside of the left foot. Setting yourself up for lizard. And again, by honoring your upper back, honoring your core strength, it's going to tell you exactly where to take your torso. And that might mean a little bit higher. Again, if you've practiced with me, you know that when we do pigeon work, I'm always saying if you can pull the torso out of it a little bit, you can get into the hips just a little bit more. We've got 3 more breaths here, so feel free to play with anything that you like forearms coming down. Just make sure that the heart stays open. Checking in with the rear leg. Can you press the knee away from the mat? Lengthen through the rear leg. Find the line from the front knee to the rear heel and continue to articulate that line strong and active, not collapsed. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly unwind your hands, setting a block or 2 on the inside of your left foot, spiraling the rear heel to the mat, and inhale your right arm up and overhead. I love side ankle work because it gives me the opportunity to really be in charge of this hip opener. I'm using my tricep on the inside of my inner thigh to make a contact point to open up the inner thigh, hamstring, and hip on the left side. Check in with the rear foot and make sure that the blade edge of your foot is pressed down into your mat. Last full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, slowly rotate back to your mat. Rear heel lifts. Send your blocks out of the way or take one with you because we're going to travel to the opposite side. Inhale right up to high lunge. As you exhale, rotate open to the side of your mat. Toes point towards the right side. Inhale, shine your heart open. Maybe playing with a bigger back bend here As you exhale, slowly fold. Folding over your standing straddle, taking your hands in any way that makes sense for you. Rotating the torso from side to side, and feel how this is going to tag into that inner thigh all the way up to the insertion point right at the groin. Hands anywhere you like them. Slowly walking your fingertips to the long right edge of your mat. Inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, take your right hand towards your left ankle. And this might mean different things for different yogis, so make sure that you're playing with where you're going here. Now, take the crown of the head all the way to the tailbone, make it long. Some of you might like to walk the left fingertips up and overhead so that you can look under the left arm. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull through just a little bit more. One more full breath. And as you exhale, unwind and then just roll over to the other side with your inhale. Left fingertips to the right ankle. Walking the right fingertips out in front of you. One more full breath here. And as you exhale, slowly transition to the other side. One full breath in place. As you exhale, slowly transition. Exhale and transition. Inhale and cultivate. Exhale and transition. Very nice. Slowly release with your exhale. And if you like, taking your arms right off of the mat and allow your torso to fall in between the legs. See if you can focus all of your attention right into your spine and lengthen out. And for some, this might mean heel-toeing the feet in just a little bit more if you find that your head is on the mat. Just one more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, releasing fingertips. Fingertips walk towards the long right edge of your mat. Inhale your way back to the front of your mat. Hands frame the left foot. Pull the foot off of the mat. Send it back. Hold. Inhale your chin right over your fingertips and flow through your vinyasa. Maybe you're floating that leg. Maybe not. Inhale your way through your back bend. Exhale your way to downward facing dog. Easing into your heels. Inhale, roll, low back, mid back, upper back. Coming all the way to high plank. Inhale your chin over your fingertips. Flow through your vinyasa. Inhale your back bend of choice. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, flow through. Exhale, push back. Just two more like that. Inhale, roll your down dog to the front of your mat. Exhale as you flow through. High to low, baby cobra or up dog. Everyone exhales back to downward facing dog. Inhale as you roll, float all the way to high plank. This is the last one. Everything that you've got, pour it out. Everyone exhales back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up nice and high. Exhale as you pull your knee towards your right hand and settle right in to pigeon. Whew. See how agreeable I can be. Pigeon pose. Once you settle yourself into place, take a minute here. One of my new favorite things has been threading the needle in pigeon. So find yourself in pigeon And then if you like, take your...
Dawn, 9 minutes.
Perfect! Take your left hand and thread it behind your right, and then bring your left shoulder towards the mat. Walking your right fingertips out as far as you can, and play with this and see if you like it. I find that I get a little bit more work in the gluteal. Feels a little bit more delicious deep in that hip. Taking 3 more breaths here. Maybe you're taking the long left leg and tilting it in a little bit to find a little bit more. Last full breath. And then slowly unwind. Hands come to frame the forward knee. Tuck the rear toe. Inhale back to downward facing dog. And take 3 big circles with that right leg. Slowly release the right foot to the mat. Inhale your left leg up nice and high. Exhale as you pull through with control, bringing the knee right towards the left hand. Setting up for pigeon, and now that threading the needle may or may not have worked for you on the other side, so make sure that you're taking what feels right. Taking the time to set up through the hips. And then if you want to thread the needle, take the right hand underneath the left arm, and then bring the right arm, right shoulder to the mat, walking your left fingertips forward, continuing to put weight into the left hip so that you're allowing your body weight to manage this work for you. Three more full breaths here. Slowly walking your hands back to frame the left knee. Tuck the right toes and press back to single leg downward facing dog. Taking 3 big circles with the knee to neutralize the hip. And then slowly bring the left knee back in. Bring the right leg around. Right foot flat on the floor, left shin on your mat. Take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right fingertips behind you. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to twist. Just one more full breath here. Working out all of the work that we've done today. Slowly release. Just send the right leg straight. Pull the left leg out from underneath. Right shin down to the mat. Left foot flat on the floor, right hand around the knee, left fingertips pull back behind you. And every time we're here, we're trying to get that spine long and straight so we can get the best rotation. Just one more full breath. Slowly coming back to center. Send your legs out nice and long and just shake them out. Coming to easy pose, legs crossed, hands on your knees, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, shine your heart towards the ceiling, take that back bend. Exhale and roll, arch through the back like a cat. Inhale, draw it forward. Exhale, ease back. Just one more full breath like this. See if you can find the very edge of your ability to find a little bit more mobility. Inhale back to neutral spine. Take a deep breath in, open your mouth and sigh it out. If you like, you can inhale your arms up and overhead and bring your hands right down to your heart center. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release anything that doesn't serve you today. Deep breath in. Give yourself a bow. Namaste. Great practice, you guys. I totally didn't follow my notes at all and decided to do something completely different, so